Well, hello, everybody. This is Marty Rosendale. I'm the CEO of the Maryland Technology Council, and I'm here today with Steve Joseph. Steve does life sciences business development for Brex. Steve, welcome.
Thank you very much, Marty. I really appreciate the opportunity to be involved in the annual event that you have coming up and going on, and look forward to meeting many of your members and talking to them about Brex.
Sounds great. So, Steve, can you take a minute and tell us a little bit about yourself and what Brex is?
Sure. My responsibility in business development at Brex is partnerships of all kinds, but especially partnerships with organizations like the Maryland Tech Council. We have a very close relationship with MTC, also with BIO, and with 39 other associations right now. I also work very closely with incubators and accelerators and investors and others who are interested in supporting companies that need financial support in the form of credit as they're getting started, especially as they're getting started. Brex is relevant, and I'll get into it more. Brex is relevant for companies that whether they're raw startups or young companies or mid-sized companies. But I work with any organizations that are involved in supporting those organizations, and that's partly my relationship with Maryland Tech Council. Brex is one of the business solutions programs in the Maryland Tech Council. We appreciate being part of that program and working with you.
Sounds great. So, Steve, I've known you for a few years. You've been a good friend of Maryland Life Sciences and the Maryland Tech Council, and now with Brex. And the Tech Council is a user of the Brex card. What would you like others, future customers, to know about Brex?
The starting point is that Brex is changing the way credit is being offered to young and startup companies, and that's sort of the basis for the company. It is tough for young companies as they're getting started to get credit. They've got no customers, they've got no revenue, they've got no credit history, and often the challenges are there of getting a credit card that include providing a personal guarantee, or maybe they're being asked to provide a collateral account, which is essentially makes it into a debit card. So that's the starting point for Brex, is just to help companies get a credit card. On top of that, the founders of Brex felt that the rewards that come with corporate credit cards should be tailored for the industry that the company belongs to. And so there's benefits from Brex that are specifically designed for life science companies.
Can you tell us a little bit about some of those benefits?
Sure. In normal times, people are going to all sorts of different events all around the country. They're traveling to FDA, they're going to ASCO or other kinds of industry events. They're going to their investment bankers, they may be meeting with CROs or screening CROs. There's so much travel involved. So Brex started, first of all, by offering very aggressive rewards for conference registrations. Even the Maryland Tech Council, if somebody had a Brex card, for your members that do have a Brex card, they're getting a discount essentially by paying their registration with the Brex card. There's 7x points for conference registrations, 4x points for travel, which is more aggressive than you get from most travel companies. And hopefully there'll be travel again soon. As a member of Maryland Tech Council, they also get 3x points on lab supplies. And companies that have labs are usually spending a lot on lab supplies and equipment. And that's just nice savings that come back to the company if they're taking it as a statement credit. There's 3x points for Apple products. And there's 1x points on any spend that you have that's not in the categories I just outlined.
So Steve, before the Tech Council switched to the Brex card, I carried an American Express business card with me. What makes Brex unique? Why should someone make that switch?
Well, I think there's a few things. One is, again, for many startups to even get an American Express card, they probably have to do a personal guarantee. When they do a personal guarantee, you're now tying your personal finances and credit score into the company, and you're not building a corporate credit history. And it's uncomfortable for founders, it's uncomfortable for the spouse or the partners of the founders because they're mixing the business and the personal. So that's one difference. The tailored rewards for life science companies is another example of a significant difference. I don't know if you experienced this, but for many companies, they're still downloading their transactions into a spreadsheet at the end of every month and then manually entering them into their accounting system. Brex has a seamless integration with a variety of accounting systems, including QuickBooks, which is by far the most common one in the, for young and startup companies. And we also have higher credit limits. Just the way we underwrite the card allows us to offer higher credit limits than what you would get from American Express or other traditional credit card companies. And that's meaningful for companies as well. We hear about companies that have to use multiple credit cards to be able to do a purchase because one credit card they hit the limit on, or they just are not able to put things on a credit card because there is a credit limit and they're not using any others. Those are a couple of examples. There's also no fees and no foreign transaction fees, as you can see from my background. Brex rides on the MasterCard platform. If any companies are have expenses that are international expenses, there's no foreign transaction fees. I think they exist with the American Express card. And I also know that at least internationally, the American Express card isn't, we hear this regularly, isn't as commonly accepted as MasterCard, for example.
That's great. That's great. So Brex is clearly a strong supporter of the entrepreneurial and innovation economy in life sciences. That's greatly appreciated. So Steve, is there anything that we haven't covered that you would like to cover before we conclude?
Yeah, one big thing that is important to cover for any of the members of Maryland Tech Council or companies that are thinking about joining the Maryland Tech Council, if you sign up for a Brex card, you get 60,000 points just for signing up. And that 60,000 points, you can take it, you can certainly use it along with any other points for travel, but most companies take it as a statement credit. If you take it as a statement credit, it represents, cash back to the company. And that 60,000 points in part is helping to cover your Maryland Tech Council membership. So there's no reason for companies not to join the Maryland Tech Council because Brex is helping to pay for their membership.
That's right. That's great, Steve. So get a Brex card. If you're not a member of the Tech Council, become a member of the Tech Council and take advantage of all the other savings and networking opportunities. So again, this is Marty Rosendale, CEO of the Maryland Tech Council. Steve, thank you so much for your support. We appreciate the fact that you've been a longtime friend. Love the Brex card. Use it all the time. So thank you.
Thank you, Marty. Again, really appreciate being part of this program.